I watched this via Amazon as this episode had not been televised nor included with a DVD release in the UK, as it was deemed inappropriate due to the Grenfell Tower fire disaster. And in all honesty, I think they made the right call. As there's being tactful, which is how they have responded to this situation, and then there's being inconsiderate if they had released it. Now on to writing. I not only saw elements from the original episode, City of Fire, but also noticed an element used from Terror in New York City. Granted, the Crystal Spire was not being moved from one location to another, but it was being elevated just for bragging rights of being the tallest building in the world. It's another situation where someone is more concerned about said bragging rights rather than the safety of others, and this shows in Yost's arrogance, where he's more concerned for the structural well-being of his building and not the people at the top in the observation deck. The exploding firefighting grenades is something that is being developed more at the moment, as labs are working on grenades that can put out fires when the circumstances are a little too extreme for firefighting crews to enter. On the subject of that, I find the idea very thought-provoking of using a low-frequency signal to mess around with the fire's oxygen supply as a means of distorting it. But as everyone knows, you need 3 elements for a fire: heat, oxygen, and a fuel source. I think the 3 eyes and a nose on the chin was a direct reference to Virgil's painting of Alan from the episode Move and You're Dead. For cast, Raz and David have decent chemistry as the youngest and the logical of the Tracy brothers. David sells the performance when he's in an awkward situation where he's waiting on Alan to inform him what the protocol is to evacuate the people when he doesn't even know himself. Sharon D. Clarke as Firefighter McCready is one of the few guest stars not to phone it in, and I enjoyed her chemistry with David. Akai Kotabe, hope I pronounced that correctly, portrays Howard Yost competent as an arrogant building owner. And for animation, Weta Workshop easily put in one of the best animation pieces, particularly when you can see that it's new footage when Thunderbird 2 selects Module 1, as the lighting and contrast is clearly different to the stock footage that has been used up until this point. And now for my final thought. It is a shame that this episode is never likely to see a release as part of a DVD collection in the UK. But as said before, when you take into consideration of the circumstances of what was behind that decision, then you respect said decision a lot more. Besides, this is still available on Amazon and various other streaming platforms if people need to see it that much. And now for the Season 2 Volume 2 review. The presentation of the second half of Season 2 on DVD is satisfactory as previous volumes. The audio is crystal clear and the image playback is as perfect as before. However, like with previous volumes, the main aspect that lets this down is the severe lack of extra features, and I feel like ITV keep missing the boat with this. Mind you, one could argue the highlights of the characters' best bits on YouTube are basically extra features. That said, they could have been included on the volume sets. Besides that, the second volume for Season 2 was decent. Bring on Season 3. Until next time, good night from the night.